No more, no more, no more, no more, no more crumbs. It's the Value Journey Podcast with Rhonda Jennifer. No more crumbs. You are royalty, victorious, God's creation. You've been made for so much more. No more, no more, no more, no more, no more.
Often, from our experiences, we are left to feel unworthy, empty, and questioning if we matter. But with God, He reassures us that we do matter, and we do have tremendous value. Have you been conditioned to devalue yourself? Are you settling for a lifestyle of crumbs? Do you question your purpose and value? The No More Crumbs value messages are derived from the Bible story in Matthew 15:25-28, where a woman believed she was only worthy enough to settle for crumbs and never believed she deserved more. Not until she met Jesus. Jesus encouraged her to want more in her life. And with this woman's acceptance of Jesus' love, she was awakened to want better for her life. From this acknowledgement, Jesus commended her on her faith to accept the new truths about herself. The Value Journey podcast is focused on providing supplemental and suggested tools to help you accept the positive truths about yourself and guide you on how to take action steps to activate your truths. God has designed for us all to live a life that is full and enriching. You deserve victories in your life. You are royalty. You are God's creation. You are valuable. Now join me as we grow together with the Value Journey podcast.
Yet another inspiring episode. And this evening, this young lady has a resume that's standing and will surprise you and hopefully inspire us, the youth and the adults. I introduce to you Celai West, who is a quirky 12-year-old STEM girl who is making waves in the fashion, runway, blogging, and acting industry, all the while proving you can never be too cool for school. She changed the industry standards when she became the youngest professional runway model to walk amongst an all-adult lineup in New York Fashion Week. Just at 10 years old, she began print modeling when she was 5. She was doing runway shows at 6. She started her own t-shirt line, the chattychick.com, at 7. She co-authored her first book at 10 and wrote another book at 11. She has been seen with major brands. She has been on major publications. Her resume is so impressive, and I will not hold you up any longer. And without any further ado, I introduce to you Celai West.
Thank you so much, Celais, for taking the time out of your busy schedule to speak with us. I saw you on Instagram and on LinkedIn. I said, oh my gosh, she has such a powerful voice, and you're giving us a new narrative. You're showing that we're intelligent, that we're creative, and that all these positive things that we can do when the world wants to say something different. And I thank you for that. I thank you for your courage. You are a trailblazer, and you're absolutely beautiful. And I'm just so blessed. And you are such a gift to the world and to the youth and even the adults, because we're learning from you too.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming.
You're welcome.
For just sharing how you got where you are today, because now you're like a celebrity and you're a self-made and self-taught model, and you have a whole resume that I'm just excited to hear. And if you could share, please.
Hi, my name is Celai West. I am 12 years old, and I am the youngest professional runway model to walk among all adults in New York Fashion Week. And I am also a model, actress, author, runway coach, environmentalist, texture activist, and also the CEO of my own t-shirt company, the Chatty Chick.
Industries that you're in is very challenging.
Yes, definitely.
Share, all the different aspects of the challenges, what you feel comfortable sharing, and how others can overcome that, and what did you learn from that, and what would you advise others?
Start off with modeling. So for a girl that looks like me, with kinky hair and ethnic textured hair, when I would be on set, they would not be knowledgeable about how to do my hair. And when I was on set, I would feel bad because I also knew that there are other girls out there with hair like mine that were also doing modeling, and they're probably going through the same thing. And it made me feel bad because they could start feeling bad about the hair, and I just wanted to tell them that, like, it's not your fault, it's the hairstylist's fault for not knowing how to do your hair, and that you should not, listen to what other people say about your hair, and that you should just embrace it the way you want to embrace it. So for acting, there's definitely a lot of obstacles because most of the stuff I do is out in LA, and we live 6 hours away from there, and it's definitely a big commitment to do it. And so, but one of the most important main things is that I am 12 and I'm 5'4", so I'm really tall, or for my age at least. And for acting, they want someone who's 13 that can play off maybe like a 8, 9-year-old. And since I'm older, younger, but still taller, I could play someone older, but I do not have as much experience. And so it's definitely a lot harder for me to do it. But then for runway, there's not actually a lot of challenges for me in general because they're probably one of the most open industries that I have been in because they let me wear my hair however I want. And they're definitely pretty free with it, especially now that I'm doing adults. But because my mom is doing my hair and she's able to supervise me 24/7 or the whole time.
Yeah, and I commend your parents. You have like wonderful parents
Yeah.
because they're so involved, and a lot of kids don't have that blessing, and they share their love with you by talking about real life events with you and just trying to prepare you for the world and even cover you and protect you. And that's such a gift right there because I can see that you're absorbing it and applying it in your life, and that must make them proud. So I commend your parents. You have some beautiful parents.
Yeah.
So I wanted to congratulate you on the mural by
Yeah, thank you.
Oh my gosh, it was breathtaking. It was a masterpiece. So congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And he had a quote that says, Celais, a young woman who inspires others to be exactly who they are. And that's
Yeah.
totally you. That's totally.
When I found out about the mural, I was really excited because I was like, me being like on a mural, because I live out in Sacramento and I see those basically everywhere. And so, it's good to, see that I'm mural. And basically, I want people to be themselves. They do not have to change themselves or their hair, or they do not have to change anything about themselves to fit in. And that you do not have to fit in. You could just be outside the box. Whoever you are, you should just be who you are.
And you're definitely an influencer like that. And that's so good because we need that. Because social media and just how the world portrays us. Because even when I was a kid, magazine covers, beauty was expressed in another way. But you're standing tall in it, and you're setting a new record and new pace for us. So I thank you. Thank you. So can you talk about your blog? Because you demonstrate some of the frustrations you may have, or making us aware the messaging you want to get out.
Blog is really just updates about things that I have been doing, like how I'm pretty sure I put my mural on there. I have all of my acting things, modeling, but yeah, that's really what my blog is about. I think I also put on like my hair experiences and all those things. So it's mainly like things that have happened and accomplishments that I'm really proud of. So
Yeah. And then you mentioned the new t-shirt because you like to engage with your audience, which is so good. Because
yes, thank you.
Chatty Chick, historically Black colleges and universities, and then you do slogans.
I have had the Chatty Chick started when I was 7. I wanted to start Chatty Chick because we've been getting a lot of messages from parents and just adults in general saying that I or my daughter didn't really like their hair. But then now that I started showing them your page, or once I started looking at your page, I started to love my hair again. And so, that really inspired me. So I was like, what, I want to make a t-shirt company and to, express how much people love their natural hair. I wanted to empower people to love their hair and themselves. And so after a while, we've seen that a lot of different people were wearing my t-shirts. Like we've seen girls with long straight hair, girls with curly blonde hair. We even seen boys wearing it. And so we decided to make them for the whole family. But recently, with all of the stuff that's been going on, I wanted to use my t-shirts, or I wanted to use them as a tool for my activism, because a lot of stuff is going on, and sometimes it's hard for me to explain things through my voice, because I'm an introvert. It's hard for me to visit, like, talk about things. So I want to be like a walking billboard. So when I'm walking down the street, I want to be telling people something that I believe. And because I have a t-shirt, I don't know if you've seen it, my Protect Kids, Not Pedos. And America will be great when we all have equal rights. Yes. And not hair is professional, because the Crown Act. And those are like some of the things that I feel really strong about, and I believe.
Comes across really well, and you're representing it well. So thank you.
Thank you.
And mentioned your parents, you and your mom started a hair tutorial, yes. Right? Do you want to talk more
yes.
about that?
So me and my mom wanted to do hair tutorials. It was actually after, talked about my hair experiences with the hairstylist in modeling, in the modeling industry. Wanted to do hair tutorials because I wanted to show people, specifically hair stylists, that our hair is versatile, and that there's so many different ways to style it than just to put it in a ponytail or pigtails. My mom and I have been doing those for a long time. I remember we recently looked at one of my first hair tutorials, and man, it definitely brought back some memories. I really enjoyed doing them, but my hair was in a protective style for I think like a couple months maybe, so we weren't able to do a lot of hair tutorials. But now that my hair is out, then we'll definitely be able to do more once my mom finds a hair style that she wants.
Because I love it now. It's so gorgeous. So healthy. And then you do your episode, you have YouTube, and it's Lounging with Celais, teaching you and your dad, daughter, time. That's so precious. Talk about some really tough subjects. So can you talk more about that?
Yes. So I go live every day, or just about every day, every weekday. And a lot of them are asking where my dad is. And so my dad is that he's still around, but he goes to work because he's the one that handled all the financial things. So I wanted to do a show where just me and him talking about current issues, about George Floyd and all the other things that are like trending and things that are going on. Good to spend time with my dad, and it's definitely good bonding time, especially since my mom was like right there in front of us. So
and that's so beautiful. That is so beautiful that you're having that time and you create that show, because there's rarely any shows like that, so that's really good. Jobs and career choices that you've had, can you explain some of the skills that you've learned from each one that's helped you in life?
So I would definitely say it's definitely all the things that I've done. It definitely builds up my confidence with, especially with the runway. That's where I mainly brought up my confidence, because, a lot of people say I'm confident when I'm doing it, and yeah, I guess I am. And that's definitely one of them. Also, I have learned, how to deal with rejection, especially in the modeling and acting industry, because I get it. They may not be what I'm looking for, but let's say in acting, I may not have been what they were looking for for that particular show or movie, but maybe they would remember me and cast me for something else, because I bet she would do good on that. It's definitely good, but I've definitely learned how to deal with rejection, and then also I've also learned how to set goals. All the things that I'm doing, I can't really sometimes you just can't go with the flow, because you might just take the wrong direction. Something could happen. So it's good to set goals for yourself. You have a clear path. And then I'd also say that I've learned to keep going, because sometimes, I may fall because, something may have discouraged me, but, since it's something that I really want to do, then I want to keep going until, I get to my goal.
So encouraging to hear. A lot of people don't have the support or the encouragement. So you telling people that is a lot, because for me, I didn't find my self-worth or self-esteem until my adult years. And I wish I'd known you then when I was younger. But you're empowering young girls, adults that are listening, to make better choices and to stand up when, you get rejected. What other things that you can advise girls or, young women on how to proceed and be as tenacious as you are, even when you face rejection, may want to give up. So how would you encourage them to keep going and keep trying to dream? Then the world tries to squash our dreams. So how do you overcome that?
I would just say, yes, definitely keep going. Believe in yourself and your power to do things. And I would say, if you're struggling with something, have affirmations. When you get up, you might go to the bathroom. When you, like on the wall, you have sticky notes to use and dry erase marker to, put up like, I am smart, I can do this, I will achieve my goal. And like, it can definitely help you. It can keep you motivated, especially when, something bad happens and you just don't feel motivated to do anything. So it definitely will keep you up.
Dreaming helps. And
Yes.
I journal a lot. I try to journal and do vision board. So what do you do to dream? What do you do to keep dreaming?
I write my goals down. So basically I have two lists. I have a list. One list is just of goals that, I could definitely achieve if I put in the work. But then there's another list of goals where I be like, I could never achieve that in like a million years. So, but then after a while, you're going to start seeing that you're achieving the goals on the second list and the ones that, you thought were impossible. And, I definitely go by that because it's definitely really good because, it definitely keeps up my confidence. And just knowing that I'm able to achieve something on such a big list that I thought would never happen is just really cool.
And being organized is so important, especially as you are, you're in school and managing your career and your business. So keeping a list is really great. And now I think you started a skincare line, a natural.
So on my YouTube channel, I started my beauty series. Because I have a love for science and I like mixing things. I ruined my whole carpet in my room. It just has like a whole bunch, colors. It's like an abstract painting on a carpet, basically. Or my mom wanted to, keep it in a certain area, so she decided that we should make skincare products. So we've been doing that for a while, and they're DIY recipes, and they're helping out my face a lot. I really like doing them, being able to, mix things and then seeing what it does for my face, what all the things that it's good for, like lavender, turmeric, and all those. It's definitely really fun to, learn about different things too.
I love the natural skincare too. Yeah, I use the aloe and vitamin E.
Yes.
I heard turmeric is good too. Yeah.
Yes, definitely. Fading helps with fading dark spots or hyperpigmentation. Yeah.
I need that time because I get acne still. Can you believe
Right.
it? So, can you tell us if you are an author as well?
Yes. So I have a book called Parents Guide to Kids Runway and Parents Guide to Kids Runway for Brown Girls. So we have gotten, or we still do to this day also, get a lot of questions from adults asking how to get their kid into modeling or runway, actually. And so we wanted to show them, the things to do, what not to do. But the reason there are two books is because in our journey, we realized that it's different because in Kids Runway, they only 2 brown girls for the whole kids lineup. And it's definitely different. They cast them a lot differently than any other person. And so we just wanted to make sure that they knew that so we could help them.
Wow. Oh my goodness, you're so brave. I love how you demonstrate self-respect and you command it as an influencer, which is so empowering.
Thank you.
And I want you to just share how girls can get to that stage. Maybe their environment is discouraging them, thinking, oh, you can't do that, or you don't have enough money, or you're too young. Or
I would say, have affirmations, on your wall or, on your bathroom, in your bathroom, because it definitely will help you keep you going. And I'd also say, have positive words, keep saying good things about yourself, because if you keep saying good things about yourself, they'll keep happening.
That's good. So during the quarantine and everything, and you've been keeping yourself busy, are you doing virtual school and what other hobbies have you developed during this time?
So I am actually homeschooled. I have been homeschooled since last July, so I've basically been on quarantine since last July because I'm not really one to leave the house unless it's absolutely necessary. But
Yes.
quarantine hasn't really affected us. So, we've definitely been doing a lot of different building up things for the Chatty Chick. We started doing the new t-shirts, the activism tees, and that's really helped. And we're also making new YouTube content.
Oh, I love it. I love it. That's
Thank
wonderful. Because your merchandise, I was looking at it and I love all the different colors and different sayings. So I'm definitely going to.
you.
So, you're so generous with your time and what you share with the audience. And it just shows like your big heart and how you care about the world. Because you could just, focus on yourself and your own goals, but you decide to share it with the world. So I just commend you on.
Thank you so much.
So what are your favorite things to do on your spare time? Fun.
We tried gardening.
Yeah.
But the thing is, my dad messed it up because we were gone for a while to in I think Atlanta, and my dad didn't water the plants. So that, just proved that we can't really trust him with things. But yeah, we tried gardening. We have aloe vera plant, but I think that's as good as it's gonna get for anything. Being a person that is, and I like memes because it's just stuff, and I also like to watch anime. That's really it because I'm a child and I do random stuff.
Right. That's good. That's good. You keep it balanced. Now, have
Thank you.
other people, since you started being an influencer on hair, have you connected with other people that have related and just was like thankful that you stepped out of the box, just demand the respect?
Yes, definitely. I know some people that are also hair activists. They want to push for more, hair diversity in all industries because, and especially in the modeling industry because, sometimes they're lacking because they more go for the curly than the kinky hair, and also just want to push it in the media too. So basically everywhere.
Yeah. So I've seen you on some videos and you've done some acting. Can you tell us more about that?
Okay, so I have been on a couple of short films. I think one made it to Cannes Film Festival, and I think that was in 2018. And so I really enjoy acting, especially short films. I really enjoy those. So I did a Muppet. It was kind of like a alien. I think it was Alien Invaders. So I think that was like for the 48-hour film festival, and so it was like a certain area. So we had to do I think sci-fi, and then it had to be there's supposed to be like one specific like item in it, and I think it was an avocado. So it's basically where a Muppet or basically aliens, like following me. And so I remember at the end of the movie, I had to like choke it out, but we were by a lake and there was like moss in the lake, and it really disgusted me. But the thing is, I felt bad. I felt bad for the Muppet. But you know what? I don't know why, because I was like, it's not real. It's not going to hurt me. You can't do anything. So I honestly, I feel bad for random things, and I don't know. And also I had this one, I think it was the statue where I had, play a different person, I think her name was Jenny. And so I was a nose picker, and I'm not. Personally, I'm not. And so, no, it was definitely a different role, but, I like exploring, different personalities because, that's the fun of acting. And so I really enjoyed that, though it was a little, unsanitary, but it was cool.
Oh my gosh, I like how you keep it real. Okay, so how was it for New York Fashion Week? How was that? Oh my goodness.
um, I that was the first time that I actually posed for an adult designer, and so he was also the opening show. And so we got there right as we landed. So we had to go straight to the venue, and no one knew knew that I was going to be walking, or no one knew I was going to be closing the show. So that was really cool because I couldn't tell anyone. The only people that knew were the people that were walking for the designers. And it was crazy because I was like, oh my gosh, what happened? What's gonna happen? Like, what if I mess up? Because it was my first time walking for the designer, and already being the person to close the show, and also the first time walking for him was really, really crazy. And so I was definitely stressing out a lot. And so if you remember the video where I had to, whip the jacket, when I was practicing, I literally could not do it at all. I don't know why. And, my mom told me to not stress about it and just do the original routine because my friend Erin Green, she was on America's Next Top Model. She wanted me to do it, and so that's why we were practicing that. And so my mom told me to do the original routine. But I don't know what happened when I got on stage, and so I just was in the zone because that's usually what happens when I'm on the runway. And so I just did it, and then I was like, okay, I'm just gonna do it because I did not remember what my original routine was anyway. So I did it, and so I actually, fully whipped it for some reason. I don't know how that happened. And then the crowd went crazy, but me being in the zone, I didn't know. Like, what did you do? And I was like, I don't know. And that's usually how most of our shows go.
And that's when it's more successful, when you just do it on the whim. So congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Great experiences you've had. I am so thankful for you. You're such a blessing.
So much.
Are there encouraging words?
I would say that you're never too young or too old to follow your dreams, and just know whatever your dream is, just make sure that you set goals for one step at a time. And then I'd also say that you should be yourself, and that you shouldn't have to change yourself, your look, or your personality to fit in with society. You should just be in a different box.
Oh, I love it. Love it. Like, oh my gosh, I'm like cheering. Oh my God. Oh, thank you so much for your time and just sharing yourself and just connecting with us. And I'm really thankful for you. And I'm buying some t-shirts where people can connect with you. And I'll also add in the show notes all the information your mom sent me.
All right. For all of my platforms, you guys can go to CelaisWest.com, and then you can see all of my acting, modeling, and also all of my social media platforms. And for my t-shirt company, you can go to thechattychick.com, spelled C, or the Chatty Chick, or CHICK chick.com.
Oh, Celai, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Thank you for taking this time to learn from a trailblazer. And I thank you, Celai. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me. I had fun.